Hello, hello, glorious souls. How are you? So, hold on. Let me just make sure I am connected. Yes, I am. All right. So, happy Monday, or whatever day of the week this message finds you. And I wanted to share with you something that just came through, like a thought I had, and then I just wanted to express it because, especially on a Monday or really any day of the week when you're scrolling through social media, we get a lot of bombarding messages, right? And this is what I want to kind of open up today around this culture that we're in. And I'll just get straight into it, right? So, the culture that we're in right now is very much the instant gratification. So, everything is convenient, everything is quick, everything is instant. And we know times are changing when somebody goes ahead and does something, it opens up the doorway to other people following, and they can do it more rapidly, more quickly, right? So we already know with the 4 minute mile, once that happened, many people followed afterwards. It's kind of like we opened the door. So it's great. It's great that we can expand and we can create these amazing rapid shifts and results. And I'm all for this. So I just want to start by saying I'm very much for this. I love this. I've experienced those myself. I've witnessed other people experience those. But what I want to tap into today is to open this up a little bit more because of this culture of instant gratification. We need this remembrance, and I feel that it's very important that a lot of the time things that we are looking to transform, and I mean proper transformations, they take time. They take time to cultivate, and they take time to practice. And I feel that this is a message in the current climate that is starting to become more eroded, and it's starting to become maybe something that we talk about less, and maybe it's something that doesn't sell as well, or it doesn't get promoted, or it doesn't go viral as much, right? In the current climate of everything needs to be quick, quick, quick. So really what I want to share with you, and just to kind of open it up a little bit, share a couple of my experiences on this, so that you can maybe go away from this live stream message remembering that there is no shame in where you are, and knowing that your timeline, and I speak about this all the time, your timeline is your own timeline. Everything's in divine timing. But yes, we still take action, and we can still allow for those instantaneous shifts and releasing of things, that can happen very rapidly. Let's leave the door open to those things because they can still happen. So like I said, big believer. I know that that's a real thing, but I want to open up this space and connect you into, a lot of the times it does take consistency, it takes resilience, and it takes determination and strength to really, really sustain. And I'm talking proper core transformation, because that's what I'm about. And I honestly believe that anything worthwhile takes time to cultivate, right? So I'll give you an example of, let's say in the creativity, I'm going to talk about health as well in a minute, but creativity, businessy type things, right? I've had sometimes people over the years have shared with me that maybe they've shared a program or a class, or they've launched something and it's flopped and nobody signed up, and then they feel very frustrated because I saw a post. I remember even a few months ago, somebody was really ranting and saying that they'd shared for 2 whole weeks and nothing had happened. So what's the point? And they just wanted to give up the whole thing. And I understand that frustration. But what we forget in that energy is things take time. Things take time. If it was so easy that everybody could just share a few things and create a business, it would, everybody would be doing it, right? But things take time to cultivate. And so the reason I want to share this with you is because I know there's a lot of people out there, when you're scrolling through and you're looking at other people's results, shiny results, beautiful results, right? Especially people that maybe come out of the gate and then you feel like maybe they've passed you by. A lot of the things, they don't stick in the way that they need to without that long-term sort of commitment to it. So I just want to shine a light on that and remind you that it does take some determination to stay the course with the thing that you're trying to create, change, shift, transform, up level, whatever you want to call it, right? Because I know for me that it really has been a journey. And like I said, maybe not so glamorous, maybe not such an exciting message, but I think it's a powerful one. I really do. And I think it's one that a lot of people miss. And then they want to shortcut it and they want to go into that instant gratification. And because they don't see results straight away, they give up. And that's the saddest thing. That's what's really sad, because you have missions and plans and dreams and desires, right? Things that you have for a reason because you want them and they're coming in through you. So the other thing, let me just explain, like, where I'm coming from on this. Even my illness, right, recovery. I had, just for those of you, if you don't know, I had ME, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, although that wasn't diagnosed, but I had the symptoms of it. So I had chronic illness, which meant that I was absolutely wiped out, housebound. I mean, my whole life got turned upside down, right? Lost everything. Um, and so if I had just maybe tried to recover for a few months, and just believed that's what it would take and that's it, I would have given up. And I think a lot of people do give up, right? They think, oh, I've been trying for 3 months, 6 months, and it's not working. Um, there is no quick fix for a lot of things, and we have to go deep. And we're souls that we're being called to go into this deep level transformation. And deep level transformation is not something that everyone understands, because perhaps they've made more surface level changes. And maybe they did, and that was the thing that catapulted them into the next thing, right? But a lot of us, old souls, conscious beings, we have a lot of layers and levels and experiences from previous lives and all sorts of things, beyond even this earth plane, right? We're complex, and so there's a lot of differences in energy, and so a lot of the times we are being guided into journeys of the soul, right? That's me. That's always been me. And I know that everybody, I swear, everybody that's probably, I could say majority, if not everyone, who's connected with me and they've worked with me in some level, they've been the same, right? So I guess it's just a reassurance to you that if the thing that you've been trying to shift and change and transform, and it's doing your head in right now because you've seen another post of somebody that's nailed it and they've got there, or whatever it is, right? Sometimes we go into comparison. We also get to drop that. But I want to reassure you that you're on the journey, and these things do sometimes take time. Now, I'm not saying this is different to if you're continuously stuck. If you're continuously stuck in an area or an issue, that's different. If you're feeling like, you're going around in circles and nothing's really shifting and you're repeating the same thing and it's like Groundhog Day, that's different. That's probably something that is needing your attention to break through, right? So feel free to message me if you want to explore ways of working together on any of that kind of stuff. Sometimes there is some deeper level work, but beyond that, if you know that you are changing and you're feeling different and you really are shifting and changing, but your physical reality hasn't caught up yet, or you don't have the physical results of what it is that you want, know that this does sometimes take time. And that's where we go into doubt. It's between when we make the energetic shift and we feel different, we have expanded, but life hasn't yet caught up. We can get caught in that in between place where we suddenly go into doubt because we don't see our results showing up. And I've done that many times before, until I was able to step into this kind of level of, I trust this, it's going to happen when it happens, and I'm just going to keep, you know focusing on my own energy, right? That's the only place we can focus and have power is our own energy field. So just hang in there. I really want to encourage you today. And just, if you're receiving these words, stay the course, because most people give up. A smaller percentage, I'm realizing more and more over the years, a smaller percentage than we would maybe like to look at, actually stay the course. So you are one of those people. If you're listening to this message and you're still with me and you're receiving these words, you're here for the long run, right? You're here for the long game. You know this inside of you. So stay the course and trust that things will move. But don't give up and don't go into doubt, and don't allow yourself to come off path, right? You've got to stay the course. You've got to have that. You've got to tap into this resilience. You've got to tap into your courage. You've got to tap into your soul level knowing that this thing, circumstance, experience, whatever it is for you, is meant for you. And that's what I did on my worst and darkest days. I transformed a lot of different aspects, but for me, and I still continue, but for me, the illness, the lack of health was a really dark one, big one for me. And so there were days where I had to kind of shut out the physical reality of my body was where it was. I felt different. I had made changes inside of me, but the physical body hadn't caught up yet. And I just held and stayed the course. I knew it would. I wanted it to be now. It wasn't happening. I just stayed the course. And guess what? The physical will always catch up. will always catch up with your energetic shifts, frequencies, right? But I want to reassure you, because there's so much instant gratification stuff. We're in a culture of it. Everything's quick. Everything's at the touch of a button now. And so if we don't get instant results, we can sometimes feel like we're failing or it's not happening. And I want you to release that. If you're receiving these words, there's a reason for it. Okay. So just hold the faith, because there is more to this story, and there's more to your story than your conscious mind will know. Your soul knows fully. And that's helpful, but sometimes it doesn't feel so helpful when you're in this situation, right? That you're really like ready to shift and step into something else. So know that, it's going to take some time sometimes, but also allow the possibility of, instant shifts as well, because we do still get to play in that water. But just the general sense is it's going to take some resilience, right? Because why? Because we're going against world programming. We're having to block out the world programming. We're having to decondition ourselves from the way that the majority live. Of course, that's going to take some time. Of course. And I'll consider myself to be on this journey forever, right? But we still get to enjoy the amazing things along the way. We can celebrate our successes in different ways along the journey. So that's my message. If you want some help with that, a couple of ways I can assist you with, two totally different ways. One, of course, there's always the higher level one-to-one work. If you really want to know that, if you really want to really dive in. So I'm about the transformations. I don't do the surface level. So we can work together, different types, different packages, different time frames. So just send me a message. Best place is just send me a message. We can explore that. We'll just go back and forth, see what it is that you're looking to create, and then I can suggest some options for you. And if it's a right fit for you, that's great. If not, that's totally fine as well. So just send me a message. We can explore. But also, and you can look on the website, theawakerevolution.com. You can click on ways to work with me there, and there's a little video about transformation on there and things like that. And then the second way, as I've always got my monthly membership club, which is what I've designed, like kind of created that as a low cost, high value way of working, getting support. So obviously it's not one-to-one, but if you're not in a position to work one-to-one at the moment, this is a really great other option, because I'm in there a lot. We're doing weekly sessions and guidance. I mentor and guide and channel in there. Every week there's different things going on. You've got access to courses and programs and things. There's a lot of expansion that happens in there. So the link you can find for that somewhere in the description, wherever you're watching this, in the video. And also, again, if you just go to theawakerevolution.com, hit on ways to work with me, you'll find my membership details there. So it's called the Awake Revolution Soul Team. So those are the two ways. If you want some assistance, I'm absolutely here for that. But keep going. I want you to just keep moving, keep allowing yourselves to move forward, and keep yourself in the game is the most important thing. Is stay in the game, keep yourself here. If you need a day off, take a day off, and then come back, get back onto your mission, get back onto your path, because there's always a way. And yes, it's okay where you are, and let's not compare to other people's instant results, right? Because that's what throws us off sometimes. So I felt very strongly just to share that for whoever needs this message today, or whenever it finds its way to you, because that's what happens often with my messages. Beautiful souls find them, could be a year later, 2 years later. This is happening more and more, which always makes me smile. So I send you lots of love. Feel free to drop a comment below as well, as you're watching the replay. I love to know who's tuning in. Yes, and I wish you a lovely rest of your week. And I'll talk to you again very soon. All right. Bye for now.